boys and girls, Squee913 here. Welcome to Let's Read Lone Wolf, Book 10, The Dungeons of Torgar. Let's dive into the story so far, shall we? You are the warrior Lone Wolf, last of the Kai Masters of Summerlund, and sole survivor of the massacre that destroyed your kinsmen during the bitter war with your age-old enemies, the Dark Lords of Helgadad. Eagle, the first of your kind, established the Order of the Kai. Aided by the magicians of Desi, he completed a perilous quest to find 7 crystals of power, known as the Lore Stones of Nixitar. And upon their discovery, he unlocked the wisdom and strength that lay within both the Lore Stones and himself. He recorded the nature of these discoveries and his experiences in the great tome entitled The Book of the Magna Kai. You have discovered this lost Kai treasure and have given a solemn pledge to restore the Kai to their former glory, thereby ensuring the security of your land in the years to come. However, your diligent study of this ancient book has enabled you to master only 3 of the 10 Magna Kai disciplines. To fulfill your pledge, you must complete the quest first undertaken by Sun Eagle over 1,000 years ago. By doing so, you will successfully, you too will acquire the power and wisdom of the Magna Kai, which is held within the Lore Stone's crystal forms. Already your quest has taken you far from the northern homeland. Following in the footsteps of the first Grand Kai Master, or Kai Grandmaster, you journeyed to Desi and sought the help of the Elder Magi, the magicians who aided Sun Eagle on his quest long ago. There you learned that for centuries the Elder Magi had awaited your coming. An ancient Desi legend told of the birth and rise of the greatness of 2 Koratas Kai, which means sons of the sun. One was named Ikar, which means eagle, and the other was named Skarn, which means wolf. A prophecy foretold that the Koratas Kai would each come from the north and seek the counsel of the Elder Magi in order that they might fulfill a great quest. Although separated by several centuries, they would share one spirit, one purpose, and one destiny, to triumph over the champions of darkness in an age of great peril. The Elder Magi knew that you are Skarn, the wolf of the Desi legend, and in keeping with their ancient vows, they promised to help you complete the Magna Kai quest. In Ilazan, the capital of Desi, you were tutored by the histories of Magnamund and received lessons in lore that you would have learned from the Kai Masters if only they, like you, had survived the murderous Dark Lord attack on the Kai Monastery 12 years ago. If you were eager to learn all, that your tutor, Lord Rimwa, could teach you in preparation for the next stage of your quest. But grim news from the Darklands cut short your tuition. In the Dark Lord city of Helgadad, a civil war erupted following your defeat of Hakon, Archlord of the Black City. After 5 years, the battle for the throne of Helgadad had finally been won by the Dark Lord called Nag. The other Dark Lords, now united behind this new leader, were ordered to amass huge armies in preparation for the conquest of Magnamund. Swiftly, their Gak legions grew in number, enabling Nag to launch a sweeping invasion that was to catch the Freelands unprepared. Several countries, after brief but futile resistance, were completely overrun by Dark Lord armies. Others surrendered without fighting in the face of their determined might. And sadly, there were others who chose to betray former friends and allies by joining the Dark Lord cause, in the misguided hope that they would snare the spoils of victory following the triumph of Dark Lord Nag. One such land was Vasagonia, a powerful desert realm in the north of Desi. Her armies mobilized and invaded the neighboring states of Kasserun and Kolesria. Then marched west through the Republic of Anari in order to join with Nag's horde as it steamrolled across central Magnamund. The Elder Magi urged you to begin the quest for the 4th Lore Stone at once. The enemy armies were converging on the Anarian capital of Tao, and beneath the ancient city the Lore Stone lay hidden. Aided by the Mage Master Baindon, an old friend, and who I might also add is probably the first companion to start the adventure and not die, or be captured and taken away somewhere, and fellow countrymen, you set off for haste for Tao, and arrived barely hours ahead of the enemy. Successfully, you made your descent and discovered the object of your quest. But on returning to the surface, you found Tao transformed into a blazing inferno. Dark Lord Nag and the Zakan Kima, ruler of Vasagonia, had learnt of your presence and were determined to destroy you at all cost. For days their engines of war had hurled fire and rocks across the walls of Tao, and with devastating effect. Then, a massive assault led by the Zakan himself breached the west gate and gained entry into the burning city. Armed with a weapon of awesome power, the evil Zakan sought you out and challenged you to a fight to the death. The struggle was desperate, but you emerged victorious and led the Anarians in a counterattack that cleared the city of the invading foe. The allies of Anari arrived to raise the siege, and in the ensuing battle, the demoralized enemies of Nag and Kima were smashed. Armies of Nag and Kima were smashed and routed. Your defeat of the Zakan Kima turned the tide of war decisively against the Dark Lord armies and paved the way for liberation of the lands they had taken by force. But the sweet taste of victory turned sour when you discovered Dark Lord Nag had captured the last 3 remaining lore stones of Nixitar. Lord Rimowa and the other members of the High Council of the Elder Magi joined you in Tao to help formulate a plan of action. They had already received word from Prince Gregor, the ruler of Iru, that one of his patrols had found a man near the borders of the Hell Swamp. He was a Telestrian soldier who had escaped from the dread city fortress of Torgar, where he had been imprisoned after being captured in battle. He had suffered terribly at the hands of the Drakarim, evil humans in the service of the Dark Lords, and when found, he was so badly injured that he was almost unrecognizable. Before he died, he spoke of 3 radiant gems filled with golden light that had been brought to Torgar from the Dark Lord city of Mulzagor. We are now sure that what he saw was the arrival of the stolen lore stones, said Rimura, speaking on behalf of the High Council. They radiate a goodness so strong that Nag could not hold them in the Darklands, but had to move them to Torgar. There, his sorcerers, the Nadziranirim, Nadziranim, sure, whatever, we'll go with that. The Nadziranim are searching for the means to destroy them. The black art of the Nadziranim has grown powerful of late, and we fear that they may achieve their task set to them by Nag. Therefore, we must act quickly and with the utmost secrecy if the lore stones of the Magnakai quest are to be saved. The Elder Magi had already made preparations for your secret journey to Iru, where upon your arrival, Prince Gregor will help you reach the grim city of Torgar. The thought of having to enter the terrible Drakhim stronghold fills you with dread, but your pledge to destroy the Dark Lords and restore the Kai strengthens your resolve and helps you suppress your fear. On the eve of your journey to Iru, the Elder Magi convene a special meeting of the High Council to pray for the success of your mission. For several hours, they kneel in prayer until they finally arise and intone the blessing that has sustained you in the past. May the gods Aishur and Kai protect you on your journey into darkness, Coruscant.